why.
That was the main weakness, though. We didn't really see a whole lot of A-takes go successfully. It was pretty much just straightforward when it came to the A-takes that, for the most part, Space Soldiers would shut that down. Complexity, I don't think, ever really actually got successful cat control in their entire T side either, so that's another area that's shown to be very strong on the CT side from the guys on Space Soldiers. But no more talking, guys. It's time to jump into the match. It is indeed going to be our final one of the day, and the winner once again moves forward into the playoff bracket on Sunday. Six going to try to get aggressive at the beginning, but he regrets that pretty quickly. There's a three-man stack waiting for him at T-spawn.
The return headshot, but barely any damage. There's a bunch of full health T's running around, and Cadian, though, has some way subverted the defense or the offense and has worked his way up middle. Can potentially be a flank to long. I think understands that there's a default going on, so kind of has to run a risk no matter what he does at this point, but it's certainly a lot of information for him to have for his team. There it is. First footsteps are heard. Oh, unfortunate that even though the guy jumped up, the pass.
Problem is, though, he's going to have to deal with the immediate re-aggression coming out from Engine at the long doors. I'll take Cadian down. Hiko with a smooth headshot, though. Knocking out Major. Keeps things under the control of Rogue. Space Soldiers' roster is brought down to only 3 remaining players, and they're just going to funnel it out through A long. It's actually only Vice here currently to defend it, but he's got a quick rotate from Hiko back in CT. They're still going to be in a good position to try and hold this here. As Vice has to get tested first off. Just trying to hold the T's back for as long as possible. And of course, again, now that he's seen the pressure coming out from long, Hiko is going to be here to assist too.
Well-timed flash comes over as Vice decides to now peek, as we can see from the spectator client that nobody is actually blind. A certain amount of players run anti-flash, maybe. Xantares with the USP comes out with a very nice peek. As Hiko and a teammate join forces in stopping this long push.
All right, he's going to turn it back around, but the damage is too much for him to be able to deal with there. Gets flaked out at the end, and that'll be Ricky getting the final kill to put Rogue onto the board. And also, so far today, keeping them flawless in terms of pistol wins. They're 3 for 3 so far.
Yeah, 3 for 3. That's a big stat line. For sure. And yeah, we can see this deep CT smoke doesn't actually pay off. In fact, I mean, it kind of allowed them to play in positions they were happy to do with more than one person, and it assisted rotates in. When if there was a standard smoke at long, it would have been a lot harder for those people to have impact. They would have had to boost up onto the site, peek over top of the smoke, or push towards long to peek, where Vice did, and died and left his imprint.
Space Soldiers are just going to go towards that mid default that we've seen played so many times, of course, in the previous matchup. Ricky, a little bit close to the fight. He's going to move in. He does manage to get traded out immediately afterwards, but there's so many more CTs here that I highly doubt Major's going to be able to make it past both of them. He does manage to eliminate Vice as he creeps just a little bit too close, but the real story is on the B side. Calyx finds an entry onto Sick and manages to get control, but they're actually going to bring the bomb outside of there despite getting the free control of it and try to see if just the attention that was thrown on the B is enough for them to walk onto the A side for free. And it might, in fact, be the case.
Hiko at least spots one.
Oh,
The 2v2, and that same deep smoke thrown offhand by Major into spawn. Actually going to afford the plant, but Hiko seems fully well aware of the fact that this threat is here, and also takes out Calyx. Very careful, patient shooting.
Calyx actually jumping off the bomb plant there, which he should have been able to get regardless. I don't think Hiko was an immediate threat to him planting unless he was planting really forward so as to plant for long or something like that. But yeah, you can see the plant was happening way far back, so tries to take the fight to find a quick trade on Hiko. Does not happen. And with that, Rogue will maintain control on what was almost going to be an anti-eco thrown against them.
And as you were alluding to, you know, forfeiting all the money that he could have gotten for his team for the plant because he was trying to play for the round instead, which is a big risk. It's a quick way to make 4 people kind of mad at you, I think.
Definitely. So that's going to cost a little bit of money this round. They're going to be working with pretty much nothing. Cadian under pressure there as 2 players swarm him at pretty much dead point range. However, he's still able to take out both and Rogue get that 3rd round onto the board. This time in a much cleaner fashion as well. No trades to be seen, so it's going to be good for their money buildup. Yeah,
this time we're seeing a reverse where the Space Soldier starting on T side first, and that's going to be interesting for them. I think 5 AKs, not a single op for Rogue either. They've decided to make space for HE grenades and 1 flash instead of the Molotovs. I want to say as popularized by Astralis, but there's you know, HE grenades were always in the game. People were throwing HE grenades for years. They're just doing it better than everyone else right now.
Space Soldiers still posturing up in this position towards mid. Still plenty of time left in the round, of course. Calyx is going to swing right in through mid. Sick is here to contest it, but he's way back. So T's are going to have to push much farther up before we see any contest happening there. And not finding much, Space Soldiers do decide to peel away from those mid doors and instead head up towards Cat instead. Still playing for a little bit of info at this point. Highly doubt we're going to see an execute this early on, but that could be changing in the next couple of seconds here. So they also have Major in position to push out through the long doors if that becomes necessary.
Yeah, they've got a lot of support here at A. This is a pretty decent setup. Okay, with the smoke going down, Cadian's got a limited time that he can stay here. It's actually going to flash through. A lot of great damage dealt. Xanterra's half blind, finds a frag, but even Paz gets hurt in the process.
Yeah, the damage is already done, unfortunately. Not only that, but the intel has already been given away. They saw the other two players that were there. They know that the bomb's sitting there too, so they know that they're aiming up for an A hit. I'm sure that Hiko is getting ready for a push to come out those doors too. He's held a close angle on it. It's going to be a bit awkward in that duel, but Major actually ends up winning it. That's going to open up long, meaning the guys on the site are on a bit of a time bomb here. They've got to be able to pay attention to that and counter out that flank, but Vice is lost as well, and Sick gives himself away. The nade toss might be enough to take down Paz, and indeed it is. Finishes him off, but he still has to fall away from this and wait for his other teammate to rotate back in, but even that's going to be red. The nade sends Ricky back into the halls, but Ricky still wins the actual 1v1. Now leaving Xantares alone for the clutch. He's going to wrap back around through the elbow. Look for a better position to play off of here on Cat. Hopefully hold this off till the bomb blows up. Right now, he's doing a good job of that. He missed the cross from the second player, and sadly, because of that, Rick is going to be able to walk right up on top. Find a quick headshot to take him out with just a FAMAS. And there's Rogue's fourth round as they take control of the opening gun round.
That was a nice frag from Ricky. I mean, it could have got really weird if Xanterra's had the option to hide in that moment. Even though the bomb wasn't exactly planted for him. So it was a round that probably should have gone Rogue's favor. I mean, 9 times out of 10 after Cadian does that flash play on the Cat, gets all that damage in. Have no idea how Hiko died. It seemed like he would have caught Major completely off guard because Major knew there was 2 up at A, but Major seemed to play it very carefully to catch the lurker himself. And now Cadian taking a very common angle into the lower tunnels, but it's pretty safe, and that's why teams continue to do it. Question is, will they run into it? And they do.
I was expecting it. He tried to fake it out there at first. You could see the bit of a jiggle peek, but still isn't panning out into his favor. Cadian now backing up. Could get a little bit more. The Molly denies it, though. It's going to keep them tucked away and give both Ricky and Cadian a bit more time to set up here.
Yeah, they didn't take every necessary precaution, but they definitely will now. Ricky's found a way to boost on top of the box to see over this smoke.
Smoke does not cover the entire cross, sadly, especially on the higher portion that he has control of right now. So they still have to be cautious of that if they eventually push through mid. But again, it's just Space Soldiers kind of posturing for options right now. No sign of a commitment towards either site. However, things are very much looking like they're going to lurk over towards A, especially now that Calyx has found the kill from T-Spawn, catches Vice moving outside. And now Calyx will instead group up with the main force of players over here at Cat instead of going out those long doors.
They don't have utility. They can't. I mean, going up Cat is a death wish versus Cadian in the situation who they know is opping. They don't have a smoke for CT. I mean, okay. I mean, it helps if you miss.
There's one more chance, however. He sinks the shot this time. Gets himself an angle onto his second player, too, but it's too far gone now. They have site control. They were hoping, I think, to be able to take long control so as to avert the issue of Cadian much more clearly by boxing him out. Paz, well, with a sudden peek, takes down Ricky, and Sick also falls victim to Major's flank through the mid doors. Just Hiko and Cadian remaining, both of which have had to fall back through long and are more than likely going to continue out through the doors to save. As sadly, they just can't make this retake happen as they're also suffering from a lack of utility.
Yeah, I've got to wonder how that was possible. Not a single flash to get them across Cat, and Cadian even picked up a second kill. I mean, you know, it's like he could have gotten 2 in that situation, but you still wonder if he had gotten 2, would Space Soldiers still be in this round? What else was wrong there that's, for whatever reason, allowed Space Soldiers to just have like such an easy time getting across? I think they maybe needed another person on the site. Obviously, picking up the kill from lower CT to the person who was crossing back would have been a big one. But yeah, I mean, they threw a Hail Mary there with no utility and got away with it.
Mainly off of the first missed shot that came out from Cadian as he had to fall back so much. It gave them pretty much like 3/4 of the control. Obviously, again, he finds 2 trades in the process, but it's not enough because he was the only one really defending the platform push. Their CT presence got flanked back out because Major made the push through mid. And the only other player they really had in the area was Hiko, but he was watching the long door, so the Cadian didn't get flanked. Apparently, they overcompensated, I think, for the amount of pressure that could have come out from long and just weren't ready for that heavy of a Cat push.
Oh, Uh-oh, spammed on his way out. 1 HP. Can you get a 1 in chat, please? Cadian barely comes away with his life. But he's kind of the best person to do this to. On Rogue, he's going to be pretty much fine. Yeah, there's no HEs to worry about. It's pretty much a spam damage or anything else. But he's opping, so almost certainly get a shot off. 3 players at A from Rogue. 1 at Markelov, and I would hope that that's Ricky. Oh, it's actually Hika. Where's the op? Where's Ricky? Can't read those numbers.
Ricky's playing at B tunnels right now.
Hold on.
So both the ops are together.
Oh, what the heck? What?
So this push is going to be all in 4s trying to defend it here. Hiko doesn't even see them really. He just has to immediately back away from the situation. Has a bit of an awkward volley sitting onto the ground. Still puts 1 kill together, but there's an immediate trade from Hiko. Vice still sitting back over here by Goose as well. Is going to be challenged. Oh, they don't even check Goose. So he gets an easy kill onto the planter. And as you noticed, I'm sure the bomb fell down to the ground. Xantares did pick up Hiko as he tried to go in and re-secure the bomb. Oh, and he finds a 2nd kill now, but Ricky finally moving into the flank is going to be able to shut down Xantares before he can take this situation any further. It's Major now looking for the 1v2 clutch. But already losing so much health from that opening engagement against Cadian back down in CT. The Molly will at the very least block off the player that he thinks is on Catwalk, but there's not even presence there anymore. Ricky's just going to run right up with a USP, finish him off, and Rogue will retake their advantage now.
That was a really sensible rotate from Ricky to go long. Just cuts off all the options while they have 1 in CT. Just kind of keeping an eye on the bomb, doing extra damage as well. And that was a very strange setup. I don't know how the rotations allowed for that, because where did Cadian decide to pick at the beginning of the round? I'm not even sure, but for him to end up with the other up. What's that? He was at mid?
He was at mid.
They just started out weird. It's a strange setup to have. Typically, you know, you want to have your ops just allow freedom of rotations for your rifles that are kind of in the middle, so that you don't end up with like 2 ops on a retake or something like that. But to each their own.
As this pause is going to be concluding in the next couple of moments here. Space Soldiers using their first, trying to analyze the situation. They do end up on a little bit of a scrubbed buy here as we see the 3 AKs being brought up naturally, and I think we see a couple dropped weapons for the other players, and they're not even that great. Just a CZ on Calyx and a Deagle for Engine. And that's with, again, pretty much no utility either. They've got 1 smoke and 3 flashbangs to play off of in this round.
Oh boy. One of them's gone. 3 players B side. Everyone's got an eco and a mid to B. We know that. And are they almost out of utility here? They've got the 1 more flash to kind of throw into the site. Players spamming from inside. They still clear Vice, however. And now it's on Sick.
Finding a trade, however, at the same time, and he's going to be able to contribute now to the window hold. Nobody's watching door, however. So that's going to be a little bit awkward for them if someone sneaks in through there, but Sick will adjust to be able to take position upon that. Major, in the meanwhile, does find a trade back over towards mid as he catches Cadian lurking here, and also spots the cross from another CT as he sees Hiko running through T-spawn. Hiko, though, still makes it across, and with that, he's going to be able to regroup inside of the B site. The bomb is down in a very poor spot for Space Soldiers as well. It's not going to be easy to get that back under their control with Sick constantly having eyes on it.
Wow, it's a good setup straight out the gate from Rogue to have the 2-on-2. I think especially versus a low buy, you just fortify. Otherwise, you'd have 3 at A, and you know that might be 1 man too many.
That's mean what Ricky did to Major right there.
Wow.
Gets him peeking, and then the nade forces him to whip out his knife, and then he's defenseless, so he just rolls out with the USP to finish things off as we see Rogue taking control of yet another round. Not in clean fashion, so their money's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. It fails to build itself up beyond really like 4K on most players here, but regardless, Space Soldiers do end up on a full eco for this upcoming round, so there is a chance for Rogue to restore that issue right now.
Yeah, that's a good point, though, for sure. Now Cadian knows for sure that they're going to have only pistols. Just let the MP9 ring off.
Just get wrecked.
Oh boy. Not an easy shot to hit, but leave it to Xantares, right? This is the double benefit, though, of using the MP9 to push tunnels is that he only loses an MP9. It's not even that much of a benefit for Space Soldiers to go and collect it. So they are down a man, but not in the worst position.
Now Space Soldiers are going to quickly work themselves back outside, taking that long control, pretty much conflict free as well. There's not a whole lot of defense set up on A from Rogue right now. It's pretty much just Hiko, and he's not even playing on an op. He just got an M4 at that range. So if the Deagle manages to get himself some range in that position, maybe we could see the early kill on Hiko, and then the domino effect takes over However, look at Vice. He's going to move in. He could drive a wedge between these two teams right now. He's missed the Q on the bomb, but he can completely hold the long players out. They are attempting to go for a bit more of an intricate fake, it seems here, though. They put the pressure out on long. Vice has it pinched. They still have players in the B site, so if the bomb goes in on its own, it's more than likely not going to find the impact it needs. Engine at least holds on to find a one-for-one trade against Vice. But still, the problem is that bomb, for the most part, is going into the B site by itself. And I think they realize the folly of this plan now, and are going to instead group up at mid once again. As look at this, Major has gotten himself through the doors. And I don't think the CTs have any clue about this.
Yeah, small but intimidating, especially in the hands of Major. And he wide peeks with this MP9, gets a ton of damage in, but can't finish the frag. One weird stray from Engine almost buys him a second lifeline, but now with the bomb and an M4, those chances are still high here for Space Soldiers. They at least might see a plant. You can plant opposite side default and stay away from anybody coming up the ramp, but Ricky jumps up just in time and denies it.
Nicely done from Ricky, showing up once again with a clutch shot there to be able to stop Space Soldiers from getting that extra money. It's still not going to stop them from buying. They'll be able to get the AK buy, but it at least restricts their capability to pick up an op on this round, which is actually a pretty big deal. They're still stuck with only one round on the board. It's Rogue's 7 right now.
Space Soldiers looking worse for wear. Not exactly a bargain basics just yet. Still got the AKs and the utility.
It's going to be a quick long push coming out from them, but Xantari's maybe jumping a little bit too high there. Right over the smoke, Kaden gets the spot on the fadeaway as he tries to drop in a pit, knocks him out, and that'll immediately kill the long play from the looks of the rotate from Space Soldiers right now. They're going to try to take their luck at mid instead. Ricky is caught looking away, spots the play though. However, after missing that shot, he needs to back away to a safer position, and that is going to let them start to move forward through the doors. Ricky knows it, though. He's already backed up away from this situation, or at least is looking like he was. Oh, Major turning just the wrong moment. Spots himself out, and Ricky gets himself another kill.
Yeah. He's really finessing this map right now. Playing all sorts of locations at a high proficiency. Mid to B becomes the clear option for Space Soldiers as they smoke out and decide to work towards the window. Very quickly, Ricky gets caught off guard as well, leaving Sick all alone to go for the multi-frag. Vice is here from the back, though, to help him with window. And can he find the last? No, Engine manages to stay alive.
He might as well have picked up that last kill, though. He's got Engine down at 19 HP. One or two more shots are going to finish him off here on the round. He does have 35 seconds to play with. That's not going to matter. It goes for the direct cross on mid. Cadium picks him off. And it's yet another round for Rogue. They're shooting ahead at 8-1. Space Soldiers yet to find anything solid after that 5th round they picked up a while back.
Right. Felt like so long ago. That was quite a beautiful shot from Cadian. Just waiting for the drop into the smoke, really. I mean, it seemed like he was totally prepared for exactly the kind of jump that was going to occur. And it's back to Eco, man. It's Eco Town for Space Soldiers. Time to come up with something brand new.
He's got himself the aggressive position back by Xbox once again. Play off the sound cues here. Spams into it a little bit. He can't really see all that much of this, so he doesn't know much in terms of the numbers that we're going to be seeing pushing over towards Cap from Space Soldier. He just knows that there is presence there. And so even with the pressure coming back out, Cadian's got the op train on it from Carr. T's really don't have a whole lot of utility. They can throw that basic smoke that covers the bricks and at least lets them get a little bit further out before Cadian gets vision onto them. The good news for Space Soldiers, though, is that Cadian is really the only one watching this push right now on Cat. So if he misses that opening shot, they're going to be able to move in, and there's the flash, completely blinds him out. He backs away instead of taking contest. Some of the players have jumped down. Ricky's going to be able to find one as a result of that. Pushes in, picks up the second. He knows the rest are on Cat somewhere. So it's just a matter of isolating them and knocking them out now.
Oh, yeah. Camp line is good. There's trouble catching the fallback as well. Retakes on 5v3 should be no problem from Rogue. They've got lots of utility. No Molotovs, unfortunately. But again, it's just Space Soldiers and their Deagles, which I guess every team should be somewhat afraid of. But still, favorable engagements with the CTs, man advantage, everything going for them. What's going to happen? Oh, kind of exactly what we anticipated. I think I was kind of hoping, you know, for it to be a little bit more exciting, but it's also really great for Rogue that they just cleaned it up, and they are looking extremely strong right now. I mean, it's with Eco, but like the smiles on the faces.
Wouldn't have hurt to see a couple 1Ds at least, but not in the cards this time.
Yeah.
Space Soldiers do just kind of get wiped off the board on retake there. Ricky again being the centerpiece to make sure that this happens so cleanly by setting it up with those opening 2 kills. Finding 2 more at the end as well for a massive round for him. Space Soldiers at the very least, though, still managed to get a plant on an Eco round. along with holding on to the post plant there, so it is going to amplify their buy-up. Still no op to be seen, sadly, on this T side. It's been a very rare sight for them due to the issues that have been surfacing on their economy throughout pretty much the entire half. So they are down to just 5 AKs once more. And they're going to quickly try to run this up Cat this time. No delays anymore. Cadian spots it, though. He also sees the number, so he's going to bring Vice into position. Zentari's looking to change up his team's luck, but it's not going to happen. Vice immediately trades him after he finds the only kill claimed so far by Space Soldiers. And now these last two are completely pinched. Doesn't seem like that they were aware of it, though. So Ricky gets caught with his back turned. Sick is also eliminated, and now they've got a free path to B. And this 2v4 has been even back up. They might even go into their favor, but no. Engine pushes his luck just a little bit too far. Vice takes him out, and Calyx is alone, now looking for the 1v2 clutch.
Yeah, that was kind of the only kill. That was the kill that mattered right there. The one at mid. And it's going to put a lot of pressure on Calyx. And the 1v2 now to defend this. Bomb goes down, pick his spot of choice. However, he can't cross back without being spotted. No smoke to help him as well. And he doesn't know that they're sticking together outside the site. Xbox seems to be the move.
Still going to continue to sit back here. Suspicious that they're being alert, that they would try to pinch on him from tunnels in the door. Spots the first player, though, and goes for the second one immediately after as Calyx dominates the situation in the 1v2, clutches out the round for Space Soldiers, and finally gives them a second round.
Absolutely unreal. I mean, they even got past him a little bit there. That was a very nicely played 1v2, and yeah, the peak was just tight enough. They really had no chance. But the start to the round was so good from Rogue. I mean, they did something there that people will forget now that they lost the round, but they started with long control and then went back to Cat after faking having 3 players to make him run up.
CTs in general take very aggressive control of Cat this time, moving out to mid. 3 players take that control. This has left long open for the taking, though, and that's where Space Soldiers are going to send their players out this time. Not even defending Car. So this is going to be a bit of an awkward fight for Rogue because of that aggression that they had to throw out. Vice managed to make his way back to the site, but Cadian
wait, what?
got a team collateral and the kill. I don't even know what we would call that. But makes up
just
for
call it a 3K.
yeah, as he's now found another one picked up here. Knocking out an additional player. Zantari is the most recent to go down, but Calyx will wrap back in from Cat. Almost immediately traded by Vice, but now he's got this little headshot angle to try and play off of and look for the trade himself. Vice is actually going to burn out. Doesn't even try to resist it, just goes down to the corner. Major finding another kill as well. And that leaves Ricky alone. 1v3 set against him. The cross is open, but he misses his only chance to find a free kill. And now he's down at 12 HP and will more than likely fall back and save.
Oh boy. Well, we saw Complexity get shaken up after 1 round. Space Soldiers here have put 2 on the board after a 1v2. In a very unlikely situation. A very unfortunate kill, though, for Cadian to get Hiko down. I mean, obviously a critical moment, considering the fact that he's the only player to get kills that round.
Yeah. And that actually is a pretty big win for Space Soldiers because now already... Let's see this again.
It's just unlucky. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that, right?
Yeah, that's not even really Cadian's fault.
He goes blind.
Yep.
Right.
No one's fault, really. Just the way the game ends up playing out. But yeah, I was about to mention, just those 2 rounds won in a row by Space Soldiers, because of the fact that the gun rounds have been so close, it immediately breaks Rogue and now opens the floodgates for a potential 9-6 half for Space Soldiers.
Yeah. Actually saw something similar scenes on Inferno with Rogue, where they open up a little bit, start to get close after a very dominant first half. So they really don't want to have that happen again. I know that Space Soldiers are hungry for this W.
Started to lose that momentum in their opening match, but War is still able to close it out at the end of the day. Just took some regrouping and attack pause before they were finally able to put those, I think it was like 3 or 4 rounds. They got stuck at around like 13, 14. They were able to eventually bring it back, though, and close out that match. They're going to want to try and do the same here to claim an early playoff spot and get a nice, easy day off tomorrow as well. It's going to be way too quick on the take. However, the CTs roll right into the site. A good plan, but sadly the execution just does not go the way they planned for it at all. Space Soldiers execute everyone trying to push back in from Rogue and claim that 4th round.
Yeah, the easy cleanup, the Swiffer. I call that the Swiffer. It's one of the greatest inventions of modern man.
The shark mop is I like that one a little bit
what's
better.
this? What's that about?
That's the steam mop.
Steam mop?
That's when you got hardwood floors. That's what you need that one for.
Oh boy, hardwood. We know what Blue's working with.
Well, we've got Rogue Quickly taking up positions over here towards long. As Space Soldiers are moving out just as quickly. They apparently completely missed the node on Cadian, though. He holds in pit. His teammate's going to move up, but Xantares is flipping this back around. Hiko tries to save the situation. He's got to be careful. He's still the man advantage. Not anymore, however. With Xantares picking up that third kill, we're back into a 2v2. Major with just a solid hold right here. And in fact, Space Soldiers are going to mind game this once again. They're going to back away from long, make a quick rotate over to B. It's been made too obvious, however. So Rogue are doing the same thing as they catch on to this.
Wow, this is what it's been like for Rogue. It's been like, whoa, this is an amazing round. Oh my God, they lost. So, hopefully that doesn't happen again. And again, they're just trying to stop the bleeding at this point. But the bandages aren't thick enough. I don't think that... Oh, this is going to be interesting because the bomb separated from Xantares, but Xantares is in B. So this threat, as soon as he makes presence, is going to grab the attention of Rogue. They're almost certainly going to rotate. But somehow, it's actually Major to throw his flashes too, and it looks like, oh, they just want to assist back into the site. Both these plays would work just fine. Space Soldiers don't know exactly what Rogue are doing, but both these plays work.
The flashes...
Wait, what? Whoa, what is... Is he spotting? I don't know if he saw that cross. It doesn't seem like it. They're just wondering why the plant's taking so long.
Either way, Rogue have like no clue what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because this is just a really weird series of rotates from Space Soldiers. It works out though. They end up, funneling the map into their favor. They've got 2 on their side by B. They've pushed Rogue to the other side of the map, and they're going to get the plant with just about 5 or so seconds left in excess. And this is obviously the best case scenario for them to try and close out, especially with Xantares having the close hold, but he may not even be necessary. As Major's already found 1. Xantares will catch the second, pushing out from CT. And that'll be the 5th round of the half for Space Soldiers.
And the prophecy is foretold. Great. Starts out really great for Rogue, and then they end up falling apart in the end, unfortunately.
Oh God, the spy from Space Soldiers we're about to see.
Oh, it's like 3 kills right out the gate, and then Xantares
like in a
2v5.
Check out the spy.
Oh
boy. I don't even have to say it. The noise tells the whole story.
We need some bullyhunters.org coming through.
3 auto snipers purchased by Space Soldiers. Only going to keep 1 in check, though, as they had plenty of excess AKs. Sadly, it doesn't end up working so well for them, and they're now going to meet a huge contest here in the upper tunnels. 1-for-1 trade, though. Space Soldiers disengage quickly enough so as not to get drawn into that. Now they're going to be able to quickly just reapply the pressure, more than likely, over towards A long or mid.
4-4. I think they've just forfeited the weapons they used to spam. Engine, however, hanging out at mid. I mean, this is every DMG's nightmare. Auto sniper at mid and a minute left. But as we can see, it works at all levels. So keep doing what you do, guys.
So we're going to see how this pans out now, as Space Soldiers have gone incredibly passive following that action over at the tunnels. Rogue, of course, don't know exactly how Space Soldiers have chosen to play this rotate either. With the bomb still sitting right outside of the courtyard by the upper tunnels. Could still easily go towards either site with 45 seconds remaining as well. There's plenty of time to rotate anywhere on the map. It does look like they're going to be heading towards A. And this is where Rogue have also set up a majority of their players, so they've got the correct read onto it. Oh, Ricky, you got to be careful, though. They're quite up close. He's able to at least guarantee a 1-for-1, but he'll run out of ammo before he can even get close to that second kill. He's got support from Cadian, but now that he's lost his teammate, he doesn't want to overexpose himself, as he only has the scout, not the op.
Yeah, basically suppressing fire at some point. The mix buy of weapons is going to have Cadian go for that peek. A couple of flash players will actually allow for Hiko to peek as well, and some great MP9 damage to fall back from.
Major, though, gets himself a little bit of a mini lineup there. He's able to take down Cadian with it. Time is getting low to be able to find the plant here. In a moment, they're going to make the push. Hiko gets the jump, the killing kill against Engine, and there's no time remaining, so there you go. Rogue win it out on the timer, and they at least put 1 more on the board at the end of the half, bringing our scoreline to 10-5.
Cadian's like, wow, amazing. Oh my God. That's what he sounds like in real life. I made that up.
There we go. We can take a look at it one more time from Hiko's perspective.
The "Are you kidding me?" moment. 3, 2, boom.
Oh, that was like an
had to be a
instant headshot too. First bullet as well, I think. So good stuff from Hiko there, making work with the MP9. And it has given Rogue quite the advantage going into the second half now, especially if they can keep that pistol record flawless and win out once again going into the second half.
Yeah. And we know they're not safe just with a lead. I wouldn't feel comfortable. No one should feel comfortable with a lead that's even though this one's somewhat substantial, I would say you still want to be careful, especially on DUST2. It's historically one of the most even maps of all time, and Space Soldiers are going to be happy to play CT side. I think we know that they have trouble in spots, but since they're the more storied, maybe more highly regarded team, they're going to be more confident, and Rogue are going to be less confident. And so they just should, in general, be aware to make sure to give them some level of respect. Something aggressive going to be going down for the CTs on the pistol round. Except for Major, who's somewhat up close, gets in front of a flash, and waits for one from his teammate. Actually turning, there it is, it pops off, but nobody he needs to be blind is blind.
Bit of a back and forth here so far, but Rogue ending up on the losing end of it. Maybe not for long, however. Paz knocks out the bomb, leaves Cadian alone. And with Xantares picking up that last kill, so ends the perfect streak of pistol rounds for Rogue. And Space Soldiers are brought right back into the fold for this map as they pick up their 6th and an easy path to get themselves at least up to 8 rounds here.
You know, there is an asterisk, though, even on the pistols, because in the first map, when they won the second pistol, they got eco'd right away. Yeah. And that was a big, that allowed for the comeback for sure. And this is, you know, the difference is 1 round, so hopefully it's not similar scenes.
We almost saw them get eco'd again on their CT side as well when they won the pistol there too, back in the first half of this map, because that second round was pretty close, especially at the beginning of it.
Very true.
It's a good chance for Space Soldiers to take an upset there, and this could have been a completely different scoreline had that been the case. Paz, though, ready to fend off the push. She already hears it moving in, but Rogue remaining incredibly far back on that hold there, so as to try and get as many players to the site as possible. They're actually going to walk right up to the actual site. It's finding the plant's going to be the EV part. It's a bit more difficult. Should get the job done, though. At the very least, the angle works out for them, and now it's just about getting as many kills as possible, which it's not going to be many. They managed to put 2 up onto the board at least. The plant was what they really wanted there, and they do indeed find it.
Yeah, bomb plant's going to be huge for their economy. Just maintain this lead. I don't think, you know, the great part about this plant is that whether or not you buy, you force the other team to react. So if you have all this extra money, then they have to go, okay, well, there is a potential for like that half buy that teams like to do sometimes, or a straight force up that's somewhat light in general. So now we can't buy as many SMGs. So here, Space Soldiers have decided to go for 4 M4s. If Rogue didn't get a plant and they didn't buy, Space Soldiers might have bought, you know, 3 or 4 SMGs. So that can have a long-term effect on their economy.
Oh, there's a shot from Ricky. Nicely done right through the door and onto Major's head as he finds him early on, giving Rogue a bit of an advantage to play off of here now as it's brought down to a 5v4. Engine trying to play aggressively too, but he might not want to do that. There's a lot of T's waiting on the outside of this door if he pushes it too far. He'll be happy at least just hold with the smoke blocking off the doorway. And he'll back away from the situation overall. Rogue is still looking for their entry point, however. They've got their players spread out, and again, a lot of emphasis on the long doors right now. A high chance that we'll see the eventual execute follow up into that path. They're going to have to get past Engine, along with eventually Paz on the site too, but that's all they have in terms of a defensive setup there. They have gone for a full 2-man commitment on the B site. Engine's only able to get 1 to put together, but he does spot the bomb, and that will call for an immediate rotate from the B players, with Calyx and Xantares already well on their way, and they're definitely going to get to the site in time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scramble too, as they're all at lower mid, which means they have no favorable positions to defend against A, and Rogue are kind of giving this up, however. Leaving someone in pit is a standard state of affairs for the terrorists in the mid-round. But with 40 seconds left, I would say, you know, they've really got to make a decision soon. That's a big kill from Ricky. A lot of damage done to Xantares as well. It makes any option that much easier.
Calyx getting himself back to the B site just in the nick of time. He's going to need to be ready to defend this. There's the first pickup. Cadian tries to delay the fight, but it doesn't work out as Calyx nearly ends the round right there. And now it's going to be 2 very low HP players going out against each other, and Hiko almost gives himself away. What is this from Hiko? He's going to get aggressive. He's going to push it, and he catches Xantares completely unawares. Rogue win out their opening gun round and keep their lead strong at 11-7.
You see him shake his head. Oh, that's so good. I love that. Yeah, that was a good call out for him. Xantares going to be kicking himself anytime someone does a play like that. And the thing is that Hiko could have even gone back to plant after this. So it was just, you know, I think by far and away the cleanest option. Very nice play in the 1v1. And Calyx going ham at B is something he was doing all throughout that last game as well.
6 got to get out of here. There's way too many players. Maybe not from deal with as he manages to find at least 3. It's very low now. It's 17 HP, so he does have to give this up. But this should be pretty much the green light for the B players to execute. At most, they're going to be dealing with 2, and they know now that they have pistols. So it's just a matter of getting everybody grouped up, ready to push together, and they should be able to relatively easily overwhelm the site. Major's going to, at the very least, be able to wrap back around, though, and look for this potential execute against him. Six sees it, though, spots the flank. And to no surprise, Xantares gets eliminated very quickly when the actual execute moves in on the platform. It's just Major trying to hold on, trying to get himself a close duel in the CZ so he can at least try to pop off someone's head really quickly. But they're not giving him that chance. The second he peeks out from this box, he's a dead man.
Underestimate the CZ blue. Any distance, any time.
It's more the low HP that sold it there.
Yeah.
Only 1 or 2 bullets were needed to knock him out, so the CZ's just not going to have enough time to get trained onto someone's head at that point. So 12-7. We do have another buy coming in from Space Soldiers, though, and it includes the op, currently on Paz. So they're back into it with a pretty full buy. Yeah,
I think it looks like Vice bought a MAC-10 in anticipation of a no head armor buy, which is pretty wise, it seems, and Cadian has forced his way through smoke. He's beating the timing here. I don't know if he's going to get close enough, but he's actually walked up to the point where he can go under the scope, and oh my god, spotting the head of one player, and now is in an awkward position to fall back, but I think we'll be able to do so safely. Might have gone ahead and activated the split, but we have a different round to look at now.
Paz as well, still continuing to hold in the back lanes right now. Waiting down the timer furthermore. As Rogue are going to be stepping up now. Push themselves forward, more than likely towards A, but considering how early we are into the round, once again, options are still left open for Rogue to pull back and rotate over towards B should the need arise to, as we've seen many rounds already. Throughout both not only this map, but the previous one played also by Space Soldiers too. Good op shot, connects on Acadian, just not enough for the full kill, only legs him. This is a good movement from the CCs on Cat as well. As if Engine made the push right there, he would have been able to catch them completely off guard. Waiting on top of the step seems to work just as well, as long as he doesn't end up getting traded by Vice here a moment from now. Still going to end up getting traded now. Hiko moves in and takes down the only other defender on this site. It's just Calyx, that was working on a Cat flank, but now has to fall back because he needs to look for a more traditional retake angle. Line, scratch that. He's going to head right up through top mid. Finds an easy kill there against Cadian. But the 1v2 is looking a bit more difficult to pull off. So it looks like he's going to fall back.
I would say Calyx is one of the best mid-round riflers you could have. I don't think he has the same kind of clutch potential as even someone like Xantares, but still is extremely valuable in his own right. But on that round, I mean, all those duels that were lost, I would say Calyx would have won. Those are very close, and he's just proved that he's had tremendous impact versus pretty much everyone on Rogue so far. But Rogue picked all the right fights and just 90 to 100 damage. Every single time. That was very important. And we're in the critical rounds. This is the orange to red territory. 13-14 rounds where it's like any round could end the game. Hey.
So 13-7. And a pause will be called here from Rogue, actually. So they're going to take a second to analyze this situation. This is a pretty low-pressure round. They're more than likely going to be up against 2. Space Soldiers is not in a good money spot. They can buy a pistol if they want a full buy next round, and that's it.
Who's got the long spawn?
Cadian.
Is it a good one? Oh, it's not a bad one. I'm going for it. I mean, it's an eco, so you do risk getting naded, but I would think about it. I would also maybe scout mid as everybody goes B. A lot of the DUST2 stuff is straight up spawn based. That's usually the best strategy you can have. Is do we have a really strong spawn here for something that we are thinking about doing that might make sense? So let's see. Those would be my 2 guesses.
That's a good grouping to just try and swarm B as well if they want to do that, considering that more likely Space Soldiers
you
running.
You can watch Cross.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what they're going to do, actually. He's got eyes on that. Doesn't see much in the way of Cross, so it's not directly a rush from Rogue. But the patience pays off as they get a good 80 damage knocked off a Major right there, and he's already left the site. So B is wide open for the taking now if Rogue do want to follow that through and take control.
That's weird because I think Cadian, because he shot twice, he didn't actually have constant vision of everyone crossing, so he wasn't sure if it was more than one. But they didn't even use a smoke, I don't think. So if he just stayed watching, he would have been able to allow his teammates to go into B and end this round quickly.
Cadian's still going to be able to catch one across. Xantares is his first victim. Maybe more to come soon, as it's still looking like Space Soldiers want to try to put up a fight in mid, even though they really can't when we look at the gunpowder that they have. So just that slow, kind of careful play from Rogue. They're trying to make as few mistakes as possible. This still is a potential for... This map still has the potential, of course, to swing in the complete opposite direction with pretty much no notice. So they want to clean around. They want to around where they can build up their monies. That's another issue that I think Rogue have been dealing with throughout not only this half, but the CT side as well.
No kit. Oh, no kit, unfortunately. Major sitting here in the back of the site. I mean, they're going to go put this bomb down. Oh my god.
That has to be.
Oh my god. Oh man, I feel so blue balled by that swing.
Oh my goodness.
I almost winded myself.
I still can't believe that.
Oh, that's good.
So what do you have the perfect
We need a round like that every few rounds. Just when it's this late, you know, keep us alive. Thank you, Major.
It's the palate cleanser.
Oh boy.
Just tell me we got a replay on that one. Oh yes. Let's watch this again.
It's when you reach for the glass.
All right, let's get serious again as we do have a full gun round being brought to the table. Space Soldier TV getting themselves a double op setup this time as well. Cadian takes an opening shot at the mid-cross, but no connection is going to be made this time.
Major has no opponent.
He's got himself the good position at least to try and take duels should Rogue follow through, but Rogue again are back into the passive default that we've often seen executed on gun rounds. No reason to expect them to play overly aggressively considering the lead they have, along with how close they are to winning this game. Like I said, they're going for security and safe executes, not necessarily the shock value here.
Did that do any damage? What happened just now?
What?
Oh, we just saw blood come out of Engine's screen, right?
I think so, yeah.
I'm just not off
It's
his
just
health
that
bar.
door. It's those doors.
Oh, it did do a little bit. I see, I see.
It did 5.
Wow.
So I think he hit him once, because I think each shot does around 5 damage if you're right next to the door.
Oh!
Sick! Had himself a
you gotta
great
walk that one off,
chance.
my friend.
Yeah. Tally, the spray just not connecting even close the way he would have wanted that to play out. Space Soldiers so far having an easy time holding off the mid presence. Just about of these last 3, and they're going to get 2 of them now. The flash to let Paz go for the cross. Gets intel at the very least. No shot through the door connecting. So Rogue are going to be able to funnel themselves up into the tunnels, but it's blatantly obvious where the execute's going to come from now. And sadly, Rogue just don't have a lot of utility. They got 1 molly, but that's really it.
It only takes 3 to take B. That's what I always say.
Well, that's how many they have, so... They're going to see them move back into Molly to isolate the platform. Hiko trades for 1, but that's all we see. Besides that, it is a shutdown from Space Soldiers. They buy another ticket to stay into this game. 8-14. They still have a long way to go to bring this back. And of course, we still should be seeing another buy-in, at least for this round, if not the next round or 2 as well from Rogue. They did finally start to build up a little bit of money within these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's certainly a bit of a trek, but they're starting to at least eat through that economy wall of Rogue. And Rogue are doing themselves a big favor, though, by only buying AKs. And they're also on T side, so they're just spending less money overall. You know, the Molotov's cheaper than Incendiaries, the AK's cheaper than M4s. So this is bad news bears for Space Soldiers.
Ooh, they almost catch Major off guard here, too, with a quick play that comes out through Cat. Sick hits the entry. Major's still going to be a problem for them, though. Now that he's got himself a sight position. The Molly does not go where they need it. What is happening from...
Oh my god, they might actually lose because of this too.
Oh, he's noticed. There's another player wrapped around the corner from him as well as Vice gets himself forward. Not able to find the kill just yet. The plant's gonna happen. They don't realize Major's here, but Major jump. Oh my, I don't even know what just happened. Ricky takes down Major, knocks him out. All of a sudden, we're in a 3v2. Ricky having a strong hold against these CT players, this position on Cat, so they're gonna smoke him back out. Katie, though, making the wraparound, knocking out one easily. Vice manages the other one. And it's a bit messy, but Rogue get it done. And we're now at 15-8. Map point for Rogue and playoff point for them as well.
That round was actually Looney Tunes, and I have to imagine jet lag had something to do with it because, oh boy, that got weird fast. And yeah, it's starting to really hit. This might be it. This might be it. James is passing by, super happy he might get 1 prediction right.
Cadian again showing us that op presence at mid-door here too. Knocks out Calyx. Sick and Ricky all hitting their shots. This is looking like the end, ladies and gentlemen. Clean B control gained from Rogue. Paz and Engine on the other side of the map. Paz is going to take a fight in the open. And Hiko, a one-tap closes us out. 16-8 is our final score. And congratulations to Rogue. They're moving forward. They're going on to the playoffs. They get a day off tomorrow. As far as Space Soldiers is concerned, we'll be seeing them bright and early tomorrow as they have to fight for survival in the lower bracket.
Hey, congratulations.